The galaxy was quiet. Too quiet. Stars were far apart. No light. No sound. In the middle of deep space, one small human ship was drifting alone. The ship was old. Its metal was scratched. Its engines were weak. Its shields were almost gone. The ship was the last human warship in that sector. Inside the ship, only 3 humans were alive. They were tired. They were injured. They were scared. But they were still alive. The enemy appears. Suddenly, space began to shake. From the darkness, giant alien ships appeared. 1, 2, 10. Then hundreds. They were black and sharp like knives. Red lights glowed on their bodies. This was the Xyron Empire, the strongest force in the galaxy. They had already destroyed thousands of worlds. And now, they had found the last human ship. Aliens laugh at humanity. Inside the biggest alien ship, the Xyron commander watched the small human ship on screen. He laughed. Humans are weak, he said. They run. They hide. They lose. Other alien officers laughed with him. To send the full fleet for one small human ship is a waste, one officer said. The commander raised his hand. Destroy it in one shot. Inside the human ship. Inside the human ship, red warning lights flashed everywhere. Captain Ryan, the human leader, stood silently. His face was calm, but his eyes were burning. Beside him were Maya, the ship's engineer. Dr. Leo, the scientist. Maya spoke with fear in her voice. Captain, shields at 3%. Engines failing. We can't run. Dr. Leo looked at the screen. The entire Xyron fleet is here. This is the end. The captain closed his eyes slowly. Then he spoke one sentence that changed everything. Then we fight. The secret humanity hid. Maya looked at him in shock. With what? We don't even have weapons left. Captain Ryan turned toward a small locked panel on the wall. This ship is not a normal ship. Dr. Leo's eyes widened. You mean Project Final Dawn? The captain nodded. It was banned. Hidden. Forgotten. Maya whispered, afraid. If we use that, the whole galaxy will notice. The captain answered quietly. Then let the galaxy watch. Enemy fires first. Outside, the Xyron fleet charged their main cannon. A massive red energy ball formed. The commander smiled. Fire. The attack moved toward the human ship like a burning star. Inside the ship, alarms screamed. Maya shouted, 5 seconds to impact. Dr. Leo whispered, this is it? The moment everything changes. Captain Ryan pressed the hidden button. The ship went completely dark. For 1 second, everything stopped. Then, a strange blue energy wrapped around the human ship. The red alien blast hit the shield. Boom. Instead of destroying the ship, the blast bounced back. Straight into the alien fleet. 3 alien ships exploded instantly. The Xyron fleet fell into silence. The alien commander stood up in shock. That is impossible. Inside the human ship, Maya stared at the screen. It worked. The captain looked at the fleet. This was only the beginning. Final suspense line, end of part 1. Far across the galaxy, ancient machines awakened. A silent signal spread through space. One message repeated everywhere. Humanity has activated its last weapon. The Xyron fleet was in shock. 3 massive alien ships were destroyed in seconds. No one moved. No one spoke. The Xyron commander stared at the screen. His eyes were wide. That shield, that power, it is not human, he said. But the human ship was still there. Small. Alone. Still alive. Inside the human ship. Inside the control room, Maya was shaking. I don't believe this. We stopped their main cannon. Dr. Leo checked the energy levels. The shield used power from a hidden core. It is waking up. Captain Ryan stood still. Project Final Dawn has only reached its first level. Maya looked at him. There are levels? The captain nodded once. Yes. And each level is more dangerous. The Xyron Empire reacts. On the alien command bridge, angry voices filled the air. Commander, this human ship has unknown tech. They are hiding ancient power. The Xyron commander slammed his claw on the floor. Humans are insects. They cannot have this power. He looked to the weapon officer. Send the hunter squad. I want that ship captured. 5 fast alien fighters moved ahead of the fleet. They were small, deadly, and very fast. Back to the chase. Inside the human ship, alarms sounded again. Maya shouted, 5 enemy fighters incoming. Dr. Leo shouted, they are coming to capture us. Captain Ryan answered calmly. Let them come. The ship's hidden system turned on fully. Blue lines of energy moved across the walls. The ship felt alive now. Maya whispered, "It feels like the ship is thinking." The first alien fighter fired. A sharp beam of red light hit the blue shield. The beam vanished like smoke. Captain Ryan pressed another button. A single thin blue light shot from the front of the ship. One fighter was cut in half. Then another. Then another. In seconds all 5 alien fighters were gone. Fear spreads in the alien fleet. The Zyron fleet began to move back slowly. "They are destroying us with one ship. It is not a normal shield." The commander growled. "Enough playing." He turned to a dark crystal machine behind him. "Wake the Devourer." The officers went silent. That weapon was not used for 1,000 years. The commander replied coldly. "Neither was this human power." A warning from the past. Inside the human ship, Dr. Leo looked worried. "The energy is rising fast. Too fast." "What happens if it goes higher?" Maya asked. Dr. Leo hesitated. "The lost human records say Final Dawn can break stars, or burn the user." Captain Ryan looked at the screen. "Then we will burn with it if we must." The Devourer appears. Space twisted like water. A massive dark machine appeared near the Zyron fleet. It was larger than a city. It had no lights, no windows, only a giant mouth of metal. The Zyron officers looked proud. "The Devourer eats planets." Inside the human ship, Maya whispered, "That thing, it is bigger than their whole fleet." Dr. Leo whispered back, "If it fires, nothing will remain." Humanity's choice. Energy levels inside the human ship reached a red mark. Dr. Leo shouted, "Captain, if we go to the next level, the ship may not survive." Captain Ryan looked at the blue stars outside. "If we don't, humanity dies today." Maya's eyes filled with tears. "My brother died on Earth. My mother too." Dr. Leo spoke softly. "My daughter never saw the ocean again." The captain closed his eyes. "Then we fight for them." He pressed the final key. Final Dawn, Level 2. The ship shook hard. Light exploded from its sides. The blue shield turned white. Time around the ship slowed. The Zyron Devourer opened its massive mouth. Black fire gathered inside it. It fired. A wave of dark energy rushed toward the human ship. The human ship fired back. No blast. No beam. Only a silent white pulse. The two powers met in the middle. Space broke. A shockwave spread across the stars. The Devourer cracked, then shattered. The alien fleet was thrown back like dust. After the flash, when the light faded, the Zyron fleet was broken. Half of their ships were gone. The rest were damaged and running. Inside the human ship, systems were failing. The blue light faded. The ship was dying. Maya collapsed to the floor. Dr. Leo was bleeding from his head. Captain Ryan held the control panel. We are still alive." The galactic signal. Across the galaxy, ancient satellites woke up. Old races listened. A message spread everywhere. Humanity has returned. Planets that once ignored humans now watched in fear and hope. The human ship was silent. Smoke filled the control room. Lights were weak. Systems were broken. But the ship was still alive. Captain Ryan was still standing. He looked at the dark screen. The Zyron fleet was retreating. The strongest empire of the galaxy was running from one human ship. Maya was unconscious on the floor. Dr. Leo was barely moving. Captain Ryan dragged himself to the medical station and helped them both. Minutes passed. Slowly. Maya opened her eyes. We survived?" she whispered. Captain Ryan nodded. "Yes. For now." Dr. Leo tried to sit up. "The Devourer is destroyed. The Zyron Empire will never forget this day." The cost of power. Dr. Leo checked the ship systems. "We lost 70% of our energy. The core is unstable." Maya looked at the glowing wall. "This power, it feels wrong. Like it is eating the ship." Captain Ryan looked down. "It is also eating us." Maya stared at him. "You knew this would happen, didn't you?" He did not answer. Across the galaxy, eyes are open. Far away, on many hidden worlds, ancient races were watching. Some were made of light. Some were machines. Some were older than stars. One by one, their ancient systems turned on. A voice echoed in the deep void. "Humans have awakened Final Dawn." Another voice answered. "They were forbidden to use it." A third voice whispered. "The old war is coming back." The lost human truth. Inside the human ship, Dr. Leo connected an old data crystal to the main screen. He spoke slowly. "It is time you both know the full truth." Maya looked at him in shock. "You mean, There is more? Dr. Leo nodded. Humans were not always the weakest. The screen turned on. Old images appeared. Ancient Earth. Human ships larger than planets. Human soldiers glowing with energy. Maya's hands started to shake. Is this real? Dr. Leo continued. Long ago, humans were the strongest race in the galaxy. We built star-killing weapons. We broke time. We ruled space. Captain Ryan closed his eyes. And then, we became monsters. The Great Human Fall. Dr. Leo showed the next image. Human ships burning. Entire systems destroyed. The ancient races feared humans. A massive war started. Humans were winning. Maya whispered. Then why did we lose? Dr. Leo's voice became heavy. Because humans chose to stop. The screen showed human leaders destroying their own weapons. They erased their own power. They sealed their knowledge. They broke their empire. Captain Ryan spoke softly. To save the galaxy from themselves? Maya's eyes filled with tears. So, we became weak on purpose? Dr. Leo nodded. Yes. We chose peace, and paid the price for it. Why Final Dawn exists? Maya looked at the blue core. Then why was Final Dawn hidden? Dr. Leo answered. As a last hope. If the galaxy ever tried to erase humanity, Final Dawn would wake again. Captain Ryan looked at Maya. And that day is today. Zyron Empire, rage and fear. Inside the damaged Zyron flagship, chaos filled the halls. Half the fleet was lost. Thousands of soldiers were dead. The commander stood in silence. A message arrived from the Zyron High Council. The message showed old symbols. The humans have activated forbidden weaponry. This confirms the ancient warnings. The commander's eyes burned red. Then we must release the star gods. All officers froze. My lord, those beings destroyed entire galaxies. The commander growled. Then let them come. Humanity will not survive twice. The human ship is found. Inside the human ship, alarms rang again. Dr. Leo rushed to the scanner. Captain, multiple signals. Not Zyron. Maya stood up slowly. Then who? Dr. Leo swallowed hard. Something older. Space around them began to darken. Stars disappeared one by one. Something massive was moving through the void. A voice that breaks the mind. A deep voice entered their minds. Not through sound. Through thought. Children of Earth. Maya screamed and fell to her knees. Dr. Leo dropped the device. Captain Ryan held his head but stayed standing. The voice continued. You were meant to sleep forever. A giant shape appeared in space. Not a ship. Not a creature. Something between both. Eyes like suns opened on its body. The Ancient One speaks. I am Ethern, one of the star gods, the voice said. You broke the silence. Captain Ryan stepped forward. Humanity is not dead. Ethern looked at the tiny ship. You were dust. Now you carry forbidden fire again. Maya shouted with fear and anger. We only want to live. Ethern answered calmly. Power does not care about your wishes. A test of worth. The space god raised one glowing arm. I will test you, last humans. One strike. Dr. Leo shouted. Captain. We cannot fight that. Captain Ryan activated the shield again. The galaxy already judged us once. Now we answer back. A single beam of light fell from the star god. It was slow. Heavy. Like the fall of fate itself. The human shield cracked. The ship screamed. Energy levels dropped to 5%. Maya cried. We can't survive another hit. Captain Ryan looked at the Final Dawn core. One last choice remains. Dr. Leo's eyes widened. You mean, overload? The captain nodded. Or die quietly. The final line of Part 3, massive cliffhanger. Inside the core, the ancient power began to rise out of control. Across the galaxy, every ancient race felt it. The star god paused. For the first time. Felt fear. The human ship was shaking. Walls were cracking. Lights were flickering. The Final Dawn core was burning too bright. Inside the core chamber, white energy moved like a living storm. Maya was crying. Dr. Leo was holding onto the wall to stay standing. Captain Ryan stood in front of the control panel. Energy level, 98%, 99%, 100%. Overload warning. Alarms screamed in all languages. Dr. Leo shouted, Captain? If it crosses the limit, the core will collapse into a star. Maya screamed, We will all die. Captain Ryan did not look back. He spoke softly. So be it. The star god watches. Outside the ship, The star god Ethern hovered in silence. Stars bent around its body. Time itself felt slow. It felt the rising power. This force, Ethern whispered inside the minds of all beings nearby. It is the same fire that once burned the old universe. For the first time in millions of years, Ethern stepped back. The human choice. Inside the ship, Dr. Leo rushed to the captain. There is another way, he said. If we link our life force to the core, we may guide the blast. But the one who connects first will not survive. Maya looked at the captain in horror. No, please. Captain Ryan smiled gently. You both must live. Humanity needs witnesses. Maya ran forward. I will do it. I lost everyone on Earth. I have nothing left. The captain placed his hand on her head. You still have a future. And I do not. Dr. Leo fell to his knees. This is not fair. Captain Ryan turned toward the core. Humanity was never built on what is fair. It survives on what is necessary. The final walk. The doors to the core chamber opened. Heat filled the room like fire. The core was floating in the air like a small white sun. Captain Ryan walked toward it. Every step burned his skin. Maya screamed his name. Dr. Leo could not speak. Captain Ryan reached the core. He placed both hands on it. Instantly, light rushed through his body. His veins shine like white fire. He looked back one last time. Tell the galaxy that humans chose to stand. Then the door sealed shut. The Godfire release. Outside, Ethern watched as the human ship became brighter than a star. Ethern raised its arms. Enough. I end this play of dust. A star-sized beam of divine light fired from the star god. At the same moment, the final dawn exploded. Not outward, forward. A straight river of white godfire shot into Ethern's beam. The two powers crashed. Space screamed. Time broke into pieces. Galaxies shook. The shockwave spread across 12 star systems. The fall of a star god. The impossible happened. A crack appeared across Ethern's glowing face. Then another. The divine beam weakened. For the first time the star god screamed. A sound that no ear could fully hear. White flames wrapped around its massive body. Ethern tried to pull back. But the godfire followed. Its eyes shattered into dying suns. With one final silent cry, Ethern collapsed into broken light. The star god was dead. After the blast, when the light faded, the human ship was gone. Only ash and glowing dust remained in space. Maya was floating inside an emergency pod. Dr. Leo was in another. Both were unconscious. The fragments of the star god drifted across the void like falling stars. Across the galaxy, every ancient race felt the impossible truth. A star god had been killed by humans. The galaxy in panic. Ancient worlds shut their gates. Hidden empires powered their greatest weapons. The Xiron High Council entered full war alert. One ancient race sent a message across all space. Humanity must not be allowed to rise again. Another answered, or we will all kneel before them. The survivors awake. Inside a drifting pod, Maya slowly opened her eyes. Her body was weak. Her head was heavy. She remembered the light. Captain Ryan. The fire. She screamed. No, you promised. Dr. Leo's pod activated nearby. He was alive. Broken. Bleeding. But alive. Maya cried into his arms. He died to save us. Dr. Leo closed his eyes. He did not just save us. He changed the fate of the galaxy. A new signal. Suddenly, a powerful transmission hit their pods. An unknown symbol appeared on their screens. Dr. Leo's face turned pale. This is not Xiron. This is not even from this age. The message played. Survivors of Final Dawn, you are summoned. Humanity's judgment has begun. Coordinates appeared. Maya whispered. They are calling us, after what we did? Dr. Leo looked at the symbol. These are the first ones. The creators of the star gods. Maya's blood ran cold. We killed their god. Dr. Leo answered softly. Then they will either crown us, or erase us. Xiron Empire moves. Far away, the Xiron commander received the confirmation. Star god Ethern destroyed. The bridge fell into silence. The commander slowly smiled. Good. The officers stared at him. My lord, that was one of our strongest enemies. The commander turned his red eyes toward the stars. If humans can kill gods, then they are the ultimate weapon. He activated a secret order. Begin Project War Crown. Final lines, massive cliffhanger. Two small human pods drifted toward the unknown. The first ones were waiting. The Xiron Empire was preparing a galaxy-wide war, and humanity's power was no longer hidden. The two human escape pods moved silently through deep space. No engines, no control, only a strange golden light guiding them forward. Inside the first pod, Maya sat in silence. Her eyes were empty. Her heart was heavy. Inside the second pod, Dr. Leo was still weak. He watched the stars pass by. Neither of them spoke. Captain Ryan was gone, and the galaxy was no longer the same. Arrival at the impossible world. After many hours, space began to bend. Stars stretched like long lines. Then suddenly, the pod stopped. In front of them was a world that should not exist. A planet made of light and crystal. Rings of glowing energy moved around it. Giant shapes floated in the sky like sleeping giants. Maya's voice shook. "Are we dead?" Dr. Leo whispered. "No. We are somewhere older than death." The pods moved down toward the surface. The ground opened like water, and they entered the world of the first ones, the court of the creators. The pods landed on a wide flat hall made of shining stone. The doors opened. Maya and Dr. Leo stepped out slowly. Around them, tall beings stood in a giant circle. They were not human, not alien, not machine. They looked like living stars in human form. One of them stepped forward. Its voice was calm but heavy. "You carry the fire that killed our creation." Maya fell to her knees. Dr. Leo did the same. "We had no choice," Dr. Leo said. "They were going to erase us." The being looked at them without emotion. "All races say that before they destroy gods. The crime of humanity." The first one raised its hand. A giant image appeared in the sky. It showed Ethern, the star god, breaking apart. The moment of its death played again. Maya closed her eyes. "You ended a watcher of the universe," the first one said. "A balance keeper." Dr. Leo spoke with pain. "That balance cost billions of human lives over thousands of years." The first one paused. For the first time, a human speaks without fear. A human answers the gods. Maya stood up slowly. Tears rolled down her face. "You let gods rule us like tools. You let empires kill us for fun. You watched us suffer for thousands of years." Her voice became stronger. "And when we stood up to survive, you call it a crime?" Silence fell over the hall. The first ones looked at each other. Never before had a human spoken to them like this. The hidden truth of the star gods. The first one spoke again. "The star gods were not born. They were created." Dr. Leo's eyes widened. "By you?" "Yes," the first one answered. "To stop total destruction. To stop races like ancient humanity." Maya whispered. "So we were feared, even back then?" The first one nodded. "You were the only race that could grow without limit. Humanity's punishment was a lie." Dr. Leo asked the question that burned in his mind. "Then why were humans reduced to dust? Why were we made weak?" The first one stayed silent for a moment. Then it answered. "Because your leaders chose to save others instead of ruling them." Maya froze. "They chose surrender, not because they lost, but because they won." Dr. Leo felt his chest tighten. Humanity was punished for mercy. The first ones give a choice. One of the first ones stepped forward. "The old rules are broken. The star god is dead, and its killer still lives." It pointed at Maya and Dr. Leo. "We offer a choice." The hall darkened. "Return to your weak form, forget everything, and live as small beings again." Maya's fists tightened. "Or," the first one continued, "or rise again, and carry the burden of power. Become what you once were." Dr. Leo turned to Maya. "This choice will decide the fate of the galaxy." Maya's awakening. Maya closed her eyes. She saw Earth burn. She saw her family die. She saw Captain Ryan walking into the light. She opened her eyes again. "I choose to fight." The air shook. The first ones reacted at once. "Then you will carry the spark." A small white flame appeared in front of Maya. It moved into her chest. Maya screamed. Energy rushed through her body. Her eyes turned pure white for 1 second. Then it stopped. She fell to her knees. Dr. Leo caught her. "The birth of a human vanguard." The first one spoke. "She is now a vanguard of humanity." Dr. Leo asked with fear and hope. "What does that mean?" "It means," the first one said, "she will grow stronger without limit." Maya looked at her trembling hands. "I feel everything." The dark move of Xiron. Far across the galaxy, inside the Xiron capital world, a giant dark structure was rising from the planet's core. Millions of alien workers were forced to build it. The Xiron commander watched from above. "This is the war crown," he said. "With this I will control the star god's remains." An officer asked in fear, "And if the humans resist?" The commander smiled. "Then we will wear their extinction as a crown too." The first one's warning. Back on the crystal world, the first one looked at Maya. "The Xiron Empire is building a weapon that can enslave god power." Dr. Leo whispered. "The war crown." The first one nodded. "If it is completed, even we may not stop it." Maya stood up slowly. "Then send me back." The hall trembled. "You will fight without an army," the first one warned. Maya looked straight ahead. Humans never needed gods to fight. A new human weapon. The first one lifted its hand. A small device floated toward Maya. "This is a seed forge. It can rebuild human tech. Faster, stronger, better." Dr. Leo's eyes filled with tears. "You are giving us a chance." The first one answered. "We are giving the galaxy one last chance." The return to war. Light wrapped around Maya and Dr. Leo. Their bodies turned into pure energy. The crystal world vanished. They were sent back into the burning galaxy. Final lines, massive build-up for war. The Xiron war crown was rising. Maya was carrying the spark of limitless power. Dr. Leo carried the future of human science. And somewhere in the deep void, the echoes of Captain Ryan still burned inside the stars. Maya and Dr. Leo returned to normal space in a burst of white light. Stars rushed back into place. Darkness returned. The silence of the galaxy wrapped around them again. They were inside a small human scout ship. "Weak, barely alive." Dr. Leo fell to the floor, coughing. We made it back." Maya stood still. Her body felt different. Stronger. Lighter. Alive in a new way. She looked at her hands. Soft white sparks moved under her skin. The first human colony lives. Dr. Leo checked the ship logs. "We are near an old human colony. Colony Echo." Maya's eyes widened. "Any life?" Dr. Leo scanned again. "Very weak signals, but yes, some people are alive." Tears filled Maya's eyes. "Turn toward them. Now." The ship moved slowly through broken space. Soon they saw it. A small damaged station orbiting a dead moon. Lights flickered. Air leaks glowed. But it was still standing. Hope returns. Inside the colony, humans were starving. Children were weak. Old people waited to die. No one expected rescue. Then the alarm rang. The ship was coming. A human ship. People cried. They ran to the windows. For the first time in years, hope returned. Maya and Dr. Leo entered the station. The people stared at them like ghosts. Maya spoke softly. "Humanity is not dead." The crowd began to cry. "The seed forge awakens." Dr. Leo placed the seed forge on the station's core. He activated it. The device opened like a silver flower. Light spread across the station. Old walls became strong metal. Broken machines became new again. Dead systems came back to life. People watched in shock. "This is impossible," Dr. Leo whispered. "This is our future." The war crown activates. Far away inside the Xiron capital world. The war crown was complete. A giant black ring wrapped around the planet. Dark red energy moved through it like blood. The Xiron commander stood before it. "Activate test cycle." Energy pulled from the remains of dead star gods. The sky screamed. A massive slave god form appeared above the ring. Controlled. Chained. Enslaved. The commander smiled. Even gods now kneel before Xiron. The first test target, humanity. An officer stepped forward. "We have a weak human colony detected." The commander's eyes flashed. "Perfect. Fire the crown." The sky breaks above Colony Echo. Back at Colony Echo, people celebrated their rebirth. Food was growing again. Air was clean again. Then, the stars turned red. A hole opened in space. A chained star god weapon appeared above the colony. Children screamed. Maya felt the pain before the attack even started. She held her chest. "They found us." Dr. Leo shouted. "Maya, the shield is not ready." The god weapon raised its broken glowing arm. A planet-killing blast formed. Maya's first god-level battle. Maya stepped forward. Her eyes turned white again. "I will stop it." She floated into the sky without a ship. Humans watched in horror and awe. "She is flying." Maya rose alone into open space. The god weapon fired. A massive beam rushed at her. She raised both hands. The beam stopped. The space shook. Maya screamed in pain. Her body burned. But she did not move back. She pushed forward. Slowly. The beam bent. Then it turned back toward the god weapon. The chained star god screamed in pain. Chains broke. The weapon exploded. The sky healed. Humanity watches a miracle. Maya fell back toward the station. Dr. Leo caught her with a gravity field. She was barely breathing, but alive. The people watched in silence. Then one human whispered, "She fought a god, alone." Humanity saw its first true symbol of return. The Xiron Empire is shocked. Inside the Xiron command chamber, the screen showed the destroyed god weapon. The commander's smile vanished. "Impossible." An officer whispered, "That was no ship, that was one human." Silence fell. The commander spoke slowly. "Then she becomes our top target. Captain Ryan's legacy awakens." Later, inside Colony Echo's new command center, Dr. Leo unlocked ancient human files. One final hidden message activated. Captain Ryan appeared as a recording. Maya froze. "My brave humans," the message said. "If you are seeing this, then I am gone." Maya dropped to her knees. "You carry Final Dawn in your blood now," the recording continued. "You are no longer weak." Dr. Leo whispered. He planned for this, even his death. The rebirth of the human fleet. The Seed Forge worked without rest. Human ships were rebuilt. Better. Faster. Stronger. Old human soldiers trained again. Children studied star maps. The galaxy slowly learned a terrifying truth. Humanity was rebuilding. Xiron declares total war. The Xiron commander sent a message across the galaxy. All who aid humans will be erased. Many races went silent. Some joined Xiron. But a few remembered old human mercy and quietly chose to help. Maya accepts her role. On a quiet balcony of the station, Maya watched the stars. Dr. Leo stood beside her. "You saved them all today." Maya shook her head. "This is only the beginning." Dr. Leo looked at her with pride and fear. "You are becoming more than human." Maya answered softly. "No. I am becoming what humans were always meant to be." Final lines: the war has truly begun. The Xiron war crown was ready for full use. Human fleets were rising from the ashes. Maya, the vanguard of humanity, had won her first god-level battle. But the largest war in the history of the galaxy was about to begin. The galaxy burned. Star systems were torn apart. The Xiron war crown floated like a black sun above multiple worlds. Its energy pulled at the stars themselves. Inside Colony Echo, the rebuilt human fleet prepared to strike. Maya floated above the main command ship. Her body glowed with the white fire of Final Dawn. Dr. Leo worked frantically on the Seed Forge, powering the fleet's weapons and shields. "This is it," Dr. Leo whispered. "The war crown's full power is ready. If it fires, it could erase entire star clusters." Maya closed her eyes. "I know. And we cannot let that happen." The Xiron Empire prepares. The Xiron commander watched the galaxy from his capital world. "Send the war crown into orbit of Colony Echo," he ordered. "Let humanity burn." Millions of Xiron ships moved at once, forming a black armada. The war crown hummed with energy. It had enslaved the remains of dead star gods, their power focused into a single point. Even Ethern's death could not stop it. "This will erase humans completely," the commander said with a cold smile. The human response. Maya rose into space alone. She faced the enormous war crown. The Xiron fleets fired. Red energy beams collided with her white aura. Explosions filled space, but Maya moved faster than any ship could track. Dr. Leo spoke over comms. "Maya, you can't destroy it alone." Maya turned her glowing eyes toward him. "I won't destroy it. I'll reclaim it." The legacy of Captain Ryan. In the middle of the chaos, Dr. Leo activated the final hidden archives of Captain Ryan. The image of the captain appeared in the command deck. "My brave humans," Ryan's hologram said. "If you are here, it means the galaxy is testing you. The war crown will try to enslave everything you love. You must act without fear." Maya's fists clenched. "I will finish what you started." The hologram continued. "The core of Final Dawn is not just for destruction. It is a key to free any enslaved power, even the war crown." Dr. Leo's eyes widened. "We can turn the crown against itself." The first clash. Maya surged forward. The war crown fired its first full beam. White energy clashed with red energy in the void of space. Shockwaves shattered smaller fleets nearby. Maya pushed her power harder. Her body burned like the sun. Energy lines stretched from her hands into the war crown. Inside the crown, the enslaved star god remnants struggled. They had been controlled for centuries. Now they felt something new, freedom. The war crown screamed. The Xiron commander's eyes went wide. Impossible. Humans cannot bend God power. The turning point. Maya's aura expanded. White flames tore through the crown's chains. The enslaved star gods broke free, merging their power with hers. The Xiron fleet was thrown into chaos. Ships exploded as the combined force of humans and freed gods swept through. The war crown's black energy reversed. It no longer destroyed, it fought its own creators. The Xiron commander tried to escape. His ship was pulled into the crown's imploding core. The black sun collapsed, taking him with it. The human fleet advances. Colony Echo's fleet, guided by Dr. Leo and the Seed Forge, attacked remaining Xiron ships. Even though they were fewer, their weapons were stronger and faster. Maya's god-level aura projected over the battlefield, protecting human ships. Humans who had survived in hidden colonies joined the fight. They were no longer weak. They were reborn as the vanguard of humanity. The emotional sacrifice. Inside the destroyed war crown, the power surged. Maya felt her body tear under the immense force. Dr. Leo screamed over the comms. Maya, pull back. Maya's mind saw Captain Ryan's face. You were never alone, he whispered. Now the galaxy knows what humans can do. Maya pressed her energy into one final beam. The war crown exploded from within. A wave of godfire surged outward, wiping the remnants of the Xiron fleet. Maya fell from the sky, unconscious. Dr. Leo rushed to her pod. The aftermath. When Maya awoke, she was inside Colony Echo's rebuilt station. Dr. Leo was beside her, holding her hand. The fleet hovered silently around the colony. The Xiron Empire had been shattered. Their planets were free. Survivors hid or surrendered. Across the galaxy, civilization sent messages. They watched humanity rise from ashes. They saw humans who had survived impossible odds. And they knew humans would never again be weak. Maya stood on the balcony. She looked at the stars. Dr. Leo whispered, You did it, we did it. Maya shook her head. No, we all did it. Humanity did it. Captain Ryan's final secret. Dr. Leo activated one last message from Captain Ryan. You have proven that humans are not the strongest by force, the hologram said. You are the strongest by will and courage. Protect this galaxy not for conquest but for life. Remember, the fire you carry is eternal. Maya clenched her fists. I swear, we will never bow again. Humanity reborn. The Seed Forge activated fully. Human colonies spread across multiple star systems. New ships rose from old ruins. New soldiers trained for the future. Children who had never seen life beyond their worlds now had hope. Maya, the vanguard of humanity, floated above the fleet. She looked down at the blue oceans of a newly terraformed world. The stars were bright. The galaxy was alive again. Dr. Leo stood beside her. Do you think they'll ever challenge us again? Maya smiled softly. They will, but they will remember what humans are capable of. And they will think twice. The final lines, the legacy of humanity. The galaxy had changed forever. Humans were no longer weak. They were no longer hidden. They were a force that even gods feared. Captain Ryan's legacy burned in their hearts. Maya carried the spark of final dawn. Dr. Leo carried the wisdom of humanity's past. And together they prepared for the new era of the galaxy. One where humanity would never bow. One where humanity would always rise. Humanity wasn't the strongest, until it had to be.